Arteta sees ideal fit as Arsenal lead pursuit of 86K a week. Former Chelsea star Arsenal are reportedly at the front of the queue to sign a fantastic forward this summer, with manager Mikel Arteta believing the player would slot perfectly into his tactical system. Gunners considering attacking reinforcements. During title push, the Gunners currently sit at the summit of the Premier League table. However, they missed the opportunity to stretch their advantage to 9 points over the weekend after Manchester City staged a dramatic late comeback to beat Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield. Former defender Martin Keown has argued that maintaining a 6-point lead could actually benefit Arsenal in the long term. He suggested that if the gap had grown to 9 points, the media narrative would have quickly crowned Arsenal as champions. According to Keown, keeping the margin tighter may help the squad stay grounded and focused. Despite being in a strong position in the title race, Arsenal's attacking unit has not consistently delivered standout performances. Victor Gyökeres, currently the club's leading scorer, has managed 8 goals in 23 appearances. Meanwhile, Gabriel Martinelli has struggled for impact in the Premier League, finding the net just once this season. As a result, strengthening the forward line in the summer transfer window could be a logical step. Reports from Spain indicate that Arsenal are leading the race to sign AC Milan winger Christian Pulisic. Arteta is said to view the American as an ideal addition to his system. Pulisic's future at the San Siro remains uncertain, with contract renewal talks reportedly stalled. With his current deal set to expire at the end of next season, Milan may be under pressure to act soon. Arsenal are believed to possess the financial strength needed to complete the transfer. Pulisic could be a fantastic addition. Since arriving at Milan ahead of the 2023-24 season, the former Chelsea winger has become an important figure for the Italian side. He appears on course to produce one of the most productive campaigns of his career in terms of goal contributions. Previously praised as fantastic by former manager Paulo Fonseca, the 27-year-old also brings valuable Premier League experience, having registered 26 goals and 21 assists in 145 appearances for Chelsea across all competitions. Earning $86,000 per week, Pulisic could potentially thrive at the Emirates Stadium. However, there are ongoing debates about whether Arteta truly needs another attacking option, as concerns remain that increased squad depth might limit opportunities for some of Arsenal's emerging young talents. Arsenal, weighing 100 milliliters move. For midfielder touted as Arteta's new Xhaka Granit, Xhaka's journey at Arsenal was nothing short of dramatic. Signed by Arsène Wenger at just 23, the Swiss midfielder experienced both turbulent lows and memorable highs during his time at the Emirates. At one stage, his Arsenal career appeared to be over. After being stripped of the captaincy, Xhaka later described that moment as the worst day of my life. It seemed inevitable he would leave North London. However, once Unai Emery departed, Mikel Arteta managed to reignite his career. Under the Spaniard, Xhaka transformed into a dynamic box-to-box force. Although he no longer wore the armband, his leadership qualities and competitive edge remained central to the team. Arsenal have since replaced him with Declan Rice, but reports suggest another high-profile midfielder could arrive this summer. Arsenal, considering major midfield investment following the addition of Martin Zubimendi to partner Rice last year, another expensive central signing might seem unlikely. Christian Norgard is an option, though his limited game time suggests his future may lie elsewhere. Meanwhile, Miles Lewis-Skelly could develop into a long-term midfield solution. His pathway at left-back looks blocked by Riccardo Calafiori and Piero Hincapié, which may push him toward a central role. Despite those internal options, Arsenal could still pursue another midfielder. According to Fabrizio Romano, the club recently opened discussions with the representatives of Newcastle United star Sandro Tonali. Reports indicate that Tonali himself is interested in a potential move to the Emirates. Romano has also revealed that Manchester United are monitoring the situation, though it remains unclear who their primary midfield target will be. Additional reports from Spain claim that Arsenal, Manchester United, and Liverpool are all in contention for the Italian's signature. However, Newcastle manager Eddie Howe is reportedly demanding around $100 million to sanction any departure. Why? Tonali could become Arsenal's next Xhaka before evolving into a more attack-minded midfielder in his final season at Arsenal, where he scored 9 goals. Xhaka was primarily known as a tough, combative presence in the middle of the park. While technically gifted with impressive passing range, he also had a rugged edge to his game. His disciplinary record reflected that intensity. In fact, during the Premier League era, only Patrick Vieira accumulated more yellow cards for Arsenal than Xhaka. Tonali shares many of those traits. Although his discipline at Newcastle has been relatively controlled, averaging around 4 bookings per season, his time at AC Milan saw him collect cautions far more frequently. Across his final 2 seasons in Italy, he received 22 yellow cards. Beyond their combative style, the similarities extend to their passing influence. Over the past 18 months, Tonali has maintained an average pass completion rate of approximately 85%. Interestingly, that figure mirrors Xhaka's output when combining his final Arsenal campaign with his first season at Sunderland. Defensively, their numbers are also comparable. Xhaka has averaged around 1.5 tackles per 90 minutes over the past year and a half, while Tonali has slightly edged him with 1.7. The main distinction lies in attacking output. Xhaka developed a greater goal threat later in his Arsenal tenure, averaging 0.4 goals per 90 minutes during that period. Tonali, by contrast, has contributed just 0.1 goals per 90 minutes. He is not naturally a prolific scorer. However, with Declan Rice capable of driving forward and contributing offensively, Tonali would not necessarily need to provide consistent goals. In many ways, he resembles the earlier version of Xhaka, disciplined in possession, tactically intelligent, and physically assertive. Provided he avoids lapses in discipline, he could fit seamlessly into Arteta's evolving midfield structure. Paul Merson has made it clear that he expects Brentford to find it extremely difficult to take anything from their clash with Arsenal tomorrow, even though the Bees have been excellent on home turf. Brentford have built a strong reputation at their own ground, but they now face an Arsenal side fully focused on keeping their Premier League title charge on track. The Gunners understand that every match at this stage of the season carries enormous importance. Depending on Manchester City's result this evening, Arsenal could be holding only a 3-point advantage by the time the 2 title contenders meet. City remain the most serious challengers, with the experience and mentality required to sustain a title push. Arsenal, meanwhile, are still growing into that role, which makes concentration and consistency absolutely vital. A demanding away challenge Brentford will not make things easy, particularly given their strong home performances. However, Arsenal's recent form has strengthened confidence that they can cope with the pressure. Merson believes that if Mikel Arteta's men reach their usual level, their overall quality should prove decisive. He explained that Arteta has assembled a very strong squad and that he has full faith in them. In his view, if Arsenal perform at their best, victory should follow. He pointed out that Arsenal are far more disciplined defensively than City, rarely gifting chances to opponents. For Brentford to pull off a win, they would need an exceptional performance while also hoping Arsenal have an off day. Merson added that he expects Fulham to trouble City in front of goal, but does not see Brentford scoring against Arsenal, and that for him highlights the difference. His comments emphasize the importance of defensive stability and composure. Arsenal's ability to restrict opportunities has been a defining strength this season and one of the key factors separating them from their rivals. As the pressure builds, the Gunners must continue to treat each game independently and avoid being distracted by outside noise. A professional display against Brentford would not only secure valuable points, but also reinforce belief that Arsenal possess the consistency needed to stay ahead in the race for the Premier League title. Supporters should also remember that healthy debate is part of football. There is no need for personal abuse. Every Arsenal fan is entitled to their opinion, even when views differ. It costs nothing to remain respectful. Former Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema has recently drawn attention after switching clubs. Within the Saudi Pro League during the January window, the French forward moved from Al Ittihad to Al Hilal as he pursues another league title. Given his remarkable trophy haul throughout his career, that ambition comes as no surprise. Now 38 years old, it is unclear how much longer fans will get to watch one of football's modern greats in action. Very few players have achieved what Benzema has, and former professionals certainly recognize his impact. Speaking on the Overlap podcast, Arsenal legends Ian Wright and Dennis Bergkamp shared their admiration for the former Real Madrid forward. Bergkamp spoke highly of Benzema's intelligence and movement, revealing that he often highlights the striker's positioning and awareness to younger players as an example to follow.